Malawi is one of the poorest countries in the world, with more than half the population of 14 million surviving on less than $1 a day. It's also caught in the middle of the HIV/AIDS pandemic. Its maternal mortality rate is one of the worst anywhere. Around 1 in 100 women die in childbirth, compared to 1 in 15,000 in the West. About 1 in 8 children die before the age of 5, and life expectancy here is a mere 38. Supermodel Tasha de Vasconcelos, who was born in neighbouring Mozambique, has now turned her sights to helping the children here. She set up a foundation called Amor, which is already making progress.
In my career, I've been so fortunate, and that has given me a platform to be able to help. The maternal mortality rate is alarming. The amount of deaths from childbirth is not a joy now in Africa, which breaks my heart. And we need to focus on the mothers. We need to focus on the children, because that's the future of Africa. We're saving lives. We've only just scratched the surface. And even if I'm not here, Amor will continue the work that we've begun.
During her visit to Malawi this week, she was given a special welcome by the local villagers of Damasi, where Amor is building a new maternity hospital. They were welcoming the arrival of a 20-ton shipment of medical equipment and supplies. It's come as a gift from the Princess Grace Hospital in Monaco, where Tasha now lives. The delivery is vital and life-saving. Despite the shipment, facilities remain basic. Here in the postnatal room, beds are limited, and this mother was only able to recover on a blanket on the floor just hours after giving birth to her child. The image is shocking to most eyes, but the changes these minor improvements bring are seen here as a godsend.
If you go into the antenatal ward, there are only like 4 beds in there. But there are about 15 women sleeping in there, and they sleep on the floor. In the postnatal ward, like today, there are 8 mothers who have delivered, and 1 is already on the floor.
Tasha reckons her childhood in Africa is behind her calling. Growing up in difficult conditions before her family was forced to flee Mozambique because of civil war, she's carved herself a modelling career that's seen her on the front cover of some of the world's most best-known magazines. She's hit out at fellow celebrities like Madonna coming to Malawi and adopting children. She believes that approach is akin to ripping the heart out of Africa.
I'm ashamed and shocked at what Madonna and many celebrities have done in that way. And I'm very strongly opposed to that. You don't shop in a supermarket and take children away. You help Africa in Africa, and you leave the children to live the beauty of this country.
Tasha's progress in Malawi has been helped by a friendship with the president, Dr. Joyce Banda. Described as the most powerful woman in Africa, Dr. Banda is working to rebuild her country and sees the help from outside agencies such as Amor as a major part of her political ambition.
I believe that it's not fair. It's not fair that in the Western world, the moment a woman becomes pregnant, it's a period of joy from day one. They begin to prepare for the arrival of a baby. I mean, it's a time of excitement. Here, in the part of the world where I was born, a woman becomes pregnant. It's a time of anxiety, because they don't know if that woman is going to live.
Did you feel at some point then that almost the rest of the world were turning a blind eye? You had to really go out and do this on your own?
I have always said that it is very important that Africa must do things differently. Here, poverty has a woman's face. HIV and AIDS has a woman's face. And as if that's not enough, women are dying giving birth. So it's very, very important that women must become leaders on the continent, because women then understand the problems of women. And so for me, becoming president, I had to look for the issues that are otherwise ignored to champion, because I have a moral obligation. I am a woman leader, and therefore I must do things differently.
The problems in Malawi remain enormous. They call Tasha Madalisto, meaning a blessing. Religion is observed, they say, as their only source of comfort, and the songs of worship are moving and humbling, and can also be heard as a cry of help to the outside world.